Good morning. Guess what today is? Today, I'm back on the road. It's a beautiful day. I couldn't ask for a better day. The sun is coming up. I got my coffee and I'm ready to hit the road again. I cannot believe how fast this summer went and everything that transpired during the whole summer. So yeah, my first stop is South Dakota. So, and I'm just gonna drive as I drive. I'm in no hurry this time to get anywhere at a specific time, which is really nice. So, so yeah, are you ready? Get in the back. Chuck's waiting for you guys. Come on. Let's go. Let's go on an adventure. Get in. Isn't it beautiful? So I'm not there. I'm just stopping. I've been on like a one road lane for a long time, which is kind of nice. Hardly anybody on the same road. And I'm here. I'm not even sure where it is. I don't know if you can see there's a huge mallard statue over there. And yeah, so I just stopped to go in the gas station and I'm gonna get back on the road to semis with hay. I'm in farm country. And yeah, I only have like 2 hours left to get to my first overnight destination. So
go 1/10 of a mile north on US 75.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. And
go 1/10 of a mile north on US 75.
I get it. Okay, I'll see you later. Checking in. So I am at a truck stop. But gas was only $3.59. And I was a little under half a tank, and I don't want to be. I always make sure I have at least half a tank because a lot of the places that I've even already traveled are kind of desolate, but there's hardly been any traffic, which has been nice. And I'm only like 70 miles away from where I'm gonna stay tonight. And so yeah, I decided this year I'm eating better. I got some veggies and drinking more water, got my water. So, yep, filled up, ready to go and do the next 70 miles. I'll see you there. Okay, I got to where I was going and I was looking for fun things to do here. And so I'm in Aberdeen, South Dakota, and there's a place called Storybook Land, the Land of Oz. So I think Judy Garland was born here. And they pull in all excited, although it's $30 to get in. But guess what? Yeah, denied. It's closed. I guess I should have thought about like it being the season. But the guy just talked to them and he said you can go walk around a little bit. So let's see what Storybook Land looks like when it's not open. All right. Storybook Land. Dorothy's House in the Tornado. Ooh, Wizard's Balloon Ride. All right, let's see what's down here. It looks like people are just cleaning. Well, nope, can't get in. They're doing the haunted house. I talked to them. And this is about all I can see from here. And the gate is closed on that side too. But it sure is pretty. Look at that. And then that. I think I'll walk this way. But, well, that went over like a lead balloon. Oh well, onward. Good morning. Got my coffee. Got the grande today. And I'm getting back out on the road. So, goodbye, Aberdeen. Nice seeing ya. And on to Bismarck. I sat last night trying to figure out the best way to get to where I want to be. And looks like I need to go up and over. Well, for me. Because here's the thing. I, as a solo female traveler, always want to be in a populated place. So if I'm going to stay overnight, I need to have it. Because I go through a lot of small towns, but I won't stay there because, you know, not many people around. So I'm headed to Bismarck, then to Dickinson, and then we'll get into Montana. So, because every night, I know a vague way of how I'm going, but then every night, depending on like, you know, my drive that day and stuff, how many hours I want to go the next day, and I'm just taking my time. It's kind of nice because last time I had to, you know, really get there, and now it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I want to get there, but I also want to take time to do stuff too. So if there's anything fun to do in Bismarck, I'm all on it since Storybook Land was closed. Okay, I'm gonna get on the road. So I'll see you when I see you. I'll check in sometime. Okay, see you soon. On the road again. So I'm on the road. I'm about, I don't know, an hour and a half in, and I just stopped to use the restroom and just take a little break. But funny the things that you think about when you're driving. I just wanted to give an update on my, you know, I started taking progesterone and estrogen, and it's the lowest dose that you can get, but it has changed my life. You know how I dealt with headaches for so long? And I will tell you, I have not had a headache since I started it. So I am just grateful. Who knew that would be the answer to it? And I just share this, again, just if anybody else, women, gone through menopause or going through, that it has changed my life. I mean, getting migraines and waking up with a headache every single morning. And my headache was always like in the back of my neck and kind of up the back of my head. And I always thought it was like a tension headache or something, but it was every single morning. Sometimes I'd take ibuprofen, like, you know, chiclets, like 3 times a day. And then even still, I sometimes couldn't get rid of the headache. So I just wanted to give you an update on that. So I'm ready to hit the road again. I'll see you at the next stop. So I'm on the road. I'm about, I don't know, an hour and a half in, and I just stopped to use the restroom and just take a little break. But funny the things that you think about when you're driving. I just wanted to give an update on my, you know, I started taking progesterone and estrogen, and it's the lowest dose that you can get, but it has changed my life. You know how I dealt with headaches for so long? And I will tell you, I have not had a headache since I started it. So I am just grateful. Who knew that would be the answer to it? And I just share this, again, just if anybody else, women, gone through menopause or going through, that it has changed my life. I mean, getting migraines and waking up with a headache every single morning. And my headache was always like in the back of my neck and kind of up the back of my head. And I always thought it was like a tension headache or something, but it was every single morning. Sometimes I'd take ibuprofen, like, you know, chiclets, like 3 times a day. And then even still, I sometimes couldn't get rid of the headache. So I just wanted to give you an update on that. So I'm ready to hit the road again. I'll see you at the next stop. Good morning from a pilot truck stop. But look at that. I'm going to turn you around and show you how beautiful that is. Look at how beautiful that sky is. And these are the things that I love about traveling, that I wake up every morning in a new place and get to see the beauty from all different places. And then all the trucks. Good morning. It's a little chilly out here. I am in Dickinson, North Dakota. I just stopped, and I will tell you though, North Dakota, so I just left Bismarck, and you know, that's where I was when I just did my shoot, and I can tell you it's one of the most beautiful places I've driven through. And another place that I was surprised about, because I didn't know, but Pennsylvania. So, and I'm talking like just driving through, beautiful. Like I found myself just kind of looking both ways, because it's like rolling hills, and I just pulled off just to stop at the gas station, so I'm kind of in the middle of like a little town. Well, Dickinson, there's a university here. Who knew? So I am on my way to Montana. I should be in Montana today. I'm driving about 300 miles a day. So, yeah, that's the deal. I think I may, and if you see a video with a TikTok mark on it, I have to figure out how to take that off. But I did a video this morning that hopefully I'll put in right before this. There was a beautiful sunrise before I left. I stayed at a Pilot's, and it was the most quiet pilot or truck stop I've ever stayed at. I didn't hear one truck all night. But I forgot to take a video for the YouTube, just getting my van legs back. And sorry I haven't been responding much lately. It's just that I'm in the van driving, and then I have to keep up on everything. So I am going to edit this video and then post it tomorrow. But I'll check in when I reach Montana. I'll see you there. I just had to pull over. So I am driving through the most beautiful land I ever have. And this is nothing. So I am going to turn the camera on and show you. So I was driving. And if you've ever been to the Badlands, if you haven't, I suggest you go. And it's like you're on another planet. And I didn't expect, this is nothing compared to what I drove through. And I lost like Wi-Fi or anything else, so I was just driving in silence. I'm just gonna, so you can't see my license. And there's hardly anyone on the road here. And like I said, this is nothing compared to what I've driven through. And I've just been in awe of just driving through. If you've never been to the Badlands or Mount Rushmore, so I brought my mom and my daughter quite a while ago, and I had never been. But here's the thing, if you think that anything's impossible, go to the Badlands and then go to Mount Rushmore. And to think that some guy had an idea to put the president's faces in the side of huge mountains, rocks, and actually it came to fruition, and there are people who died doing it, and that it looks just like them. Just know anything is possible. If some guy can make that come to fruition, you can make anything come to fruition. And also, I want to talk about, I'm really into, just from traveling, how much my mind has been opened. And if you can, you know, and I was thinking, if you can travel, hopefully you'll follow along and I can bring you with me. And, you know, climate change is real. The monarchs are on the endangered species list. If you saw, I have that t-shirt that I wear, Save the Bees. The bees are dying, and we need all the pollinators to live life. I mean, they are an integral part. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. So, well, I thought, I'm just in awe of where I'm at, and I can't imagine to where I'm going. So, but you're coming along with me. So let's get back on the road. I just pulled over randomly to do this. I made it to my destination. It's Sunday, and I am in Miles City, Montana. So I made it to Montana, and again, what a beautiful drive it's been. But for the last 80 miles of my trip, I drove through the rain. And I just want to tell you some differences. Just gonna put this down a little it. Some differences that I'm noticing since last year when I first went on my travels, that last year when I first started, I think I was more outside myself. Like when I was driving, I worried about the other drivers, like semis getting mad at me or people getting mad because I wasn't going fast enough or something. Because I go about 60 miles an hour. That's like my comfort zone, and that's how I like to travel. And last year, I think because I was so new and I just didn't know like what I was getting into and everything, that I was so worried about the external things that I didn't make it my trip. Does that make sense? And this year, what I've noticed, I have been way more relaxed, enjoying the journey and the ride. And it's because I reframed everything, and I'm like, this is how I'm driving. You can go around me. That's what the other lane is for, or that's what the separated lines are for. That means it's a passing lane, especially when I'm on a one lane. And I was on a one lane for over 100 miles yesterday. Not much traffic, but just let them pass and go right by me, and nobody got mad at me. And I think too, it was just me like putting out that vibe too, that I'm on my journey and it's my journey and I'm in the slow lane. And so if you need to pass me, just go ahead and pass me and move on with your journey. And I know now too that the semis, I didn't think about it last year, but this year I think about, so they have to get somewhere because that's their job and that's how they make money. They have to be somewhere on time. They have to get those products or whatever it is they have that they're hauling to a place on time, and that's their job. And I really have respect for truckers, and I really appreciate them, and so should you, that they have a job to get stuff to us, the public. And so with all that in mind, it's been such a nice drive, like just relaxing. I'm listening to podcasts because that's my choice of things. I feel too, I'm way inside my head this time. And I think last time it was because I was like looking out. I mean, I still look out for things. I'm very aware of what's around me. But instead of focusing just on that I'm relaxed now. So I'm in my head more, which is a good thing or a bad thing. And you should see some of the things I think about. Oh my goodness. If you could only be in my head. But one of the things that I think last time it was more of like the experience of just getting out there and trying to get over the fear of everything. I drove over a bridge today, no fear at all. Although I do have mountains coming up, and I am trying to route my course now. I was going to go whitewater rafting, but I've realized I've come in the wrong season. I've come a little too late for a lot of things. And, I don't want to be here up north when it snows. So right now I'm just trying to get to my destination to see my daughter in college, and then heading down south. And then when I'm more where I'm, on flatter land, listen, I'm from Minnesota. We're not used to mountains. And even though I know I can do it, I'm trying to map out the flattest way to get there. And there is, I think it's a website called Flat Source or something like that. You have to look it up. And then that's what I'm going to do tonight, is to look from here how to get to my next destination with the flattest possible. Because, Montana's full of mountains, and I just want my drive to be relaxing. And so this time it's more of an internal thing, and to me it feels like when I'm driving like a 3 to 5 hour meditation. For however long I'm driving, I'm listening to a podcast, and I like that because it's like white noise in the background, and I listen to podcasts where I like the person's voice, so then I can still be in my thoughts. And what I'm grappling with is how, with the rest of my life, I'll be 57 on Wednesday, how do I make the most difference? And I don't know what that is, and maybe I'll come up with that by the end of this journey, this adventure, you know, when I come out the other side next April. Last year, I think I realized it gave me confidence that I pretty much can do anything. And now that I have the confidence, this year it's like, okay, now that I have confidence, and not just like with driving and stuff, but just in general in my life. If you started following me when I first started to where I am now, I think you've seen that growth. And so now with that, you know, what do I do? Because I can't go back to a 9-to-5. I can't go back to being a paralegal. I've opened my mind too much. I've broken that conditioning that we've been taught, you know, that you have to work a 9-to-5, and which was hard. But, you know, and I still have to make money, and I still, you know, need to live, and I have plans myself. But planning to make money, if I made money, and I plan on putting together more packs too. I think more when I go south. I haven't seen really any homeless people on my travels yet. So I will be doing the fanny packs again, but I'd like to touch people more. And maybe that's what this whole YouTube, like I said, I stumbled into this because of Joy, and look at now, Joy is making people happy. And you know, that's where once you see her, you know why I am the way I am, and material things don't mean much to me. I want to make a difference. And, you know, I see what's going on in Iran, and I was just reading about the Iranian woman who she's like a rock climber, and she went against rules because of what's going on there, and didn't wear her headscarf. And now she had to leave early. They took her passport. They say she's in this jail. I guess the jail started on fire. I'm really passionate now about like women's rights. And I was talking on TikTok. You know, I just started TikTok, and I didn't realize what I've been missing out on, but I think you find things when you're supposed to. And if you're not on TikTok, I know you think it's dancing and it's like silly stuff, but I have learned so much, even about the world on TikTok. It's not just dancing, and it's people my age and way older, like Joy's age, you know? And, and I was talking about how I saw somebody on TikTok saying that, you know, because I know a lot of people are afraid to do van life, especially women, single women. I've had women reach out to me saying the same thing. And she said, I'm not afraid of a woman breaking into my apartment or my house or, you know, whatever she was living in. She's like, I'm afraid about men doing it. And again, this is not bashing men. This is just trying to give you a perspective on a woman's point of view, and especially me, a solo female traveler. Because I know a lot of you say, Tracy, be careful, you know, whatever. And I know it's like about getting in accidents and stuff like that, but I think it's more about somebody breaking into the van or doing something to the van. And if you think about it, who you're really telling me to be careful from are men. And just know we became so self-aware and so hyper-aware we have to be, because of how we've been conditioned from men. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope men aren't offended, because like I said, I know it's not all men, but just know if you have a wife, a daughter, a mother, a sister, just women friends, you know, aunts, that it's sad that, because it takes so much more effort and so much more mental capacity to be a woman, and like what I'm doing now, especially a solo woman traveler, because I have to be aware of where I'm at. If I see, you know, like I said, if I've seen a group of women I'm not afraid to go over there. But if I see a group of men, and you know, depending, again, there's all different circumstances, but I think you know what I'm saying, that I'm not afraid. I'm not carrying, because I think a woman's going to break into the van. And if she did, I think I could maybe take her. But, and just know too, like when we go on dates and stuff, you know, and again, I don't think I'm generalizing. There's always like certain situations for a lot of things, but that, you know, if a man like goes on a date with a stranger, they aren't thinking about, oh my God, we have to meet in a public place, because, you know, maybe something might happen, you know, who knows? And so that's what I've realized too on this journey, just being a woman who's by herself, how much more mentally taxing it is. Because when you're driving, you have to focus on the road, and that's mentally taxing in itself, and you have to do that. You know, I'm doing it from 3 to 5, if not a little more, hours a day. And then I have to, you know, make sure I'm staying at, you know, a good place. I already look it up where I'm going before I leave, but then when I get there, I have to make sure that it's okay. And so I don't know, I mean, if any of you have ideas, I'm open to suggestions where you think that maybe you would see me helping more, or see a vision for me. I don't know, maybe somebody else. Like sometimes when we look at ourselves, other people have a bigger picture because we live in our heads most of the time, that other people see you and get to know you, and they have a bigger picture about who they think you are, or where they think you'd be best placed, or in the best place to be of service. So I think that it's a heavy thing, but I'm ready for the challenge for that, because I think I have the confidence now after last year to feel like if I truly put my mind to something, that I'm not afraid anymore. Listen, I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of not living. And I'm afraid of not fulfilling some kind of bigger purpose than myself in my life before I die. And that, hence, is from what I've been through, watching for my family members pass away in hospice, looking at them, wondering what they wish they would have done, you know, before they got sick. When you're sick, it's hard to go do the things that you want to do. And then seeing my sister in the assisted living home, and she'll never get out, and so she can't really fulfill, I mean, she can fill dreams, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong, and I know somebody said that last time, and I hope you know my heart, that you can make whatever situation you're in the best that you can make it there. There's so many possibilities. And like I said, with Mount Rushmore, look at, a guy just had an idea. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are like, that's the silliest thing I ever heard. Why would you do that? And he got it done. I mean, and we go look at it. If you've never been to Mount Rushmore, you know, you see it on pictures and stuff, but when I was standing in front of it, the magnitude of it can't even compare to a picture. I mean, you can't even believe that that's what you're looking at. And so that's what I'm saying, that anybody, whatever situation you're in, that you can fulfill, you know, dreams that you want to do. And so where I'm at now, and like I said, as long as I'm healthy after what I've seen my family go through, what's the best way I'm going to be of service to the world, if I can? And hopefully when I come out of this journey, I don't know, I'll figure something out by then, and maybe you guys can help me. So, all right, I am hunkered down. Did I tell you I drove the last 80 miles in the rain? And when I drove last time, I wouldn't even drive in the rain. I would just stay where I was at and be like, ooh, I hope it's a nice day tomorrow. So I've come so far, and I know that I'm even gonna grow more on this journey, and it's gonna be more of an internal journey than anything else. So I'm glad you're along for the journey with me. It's still interesting to know that how all this started last year, not even knowing, and then after a week I already had like a channel, and to think of where I'm at now. And I know a lot of you like through here, and I met a lot of you, and a lot of you are my friends now. We know you by name, my mom and I, and thank you for loving my mom and just loving both of us. And just know that both Joy and I are very appreciative for all that's transpired. So yeah, so I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna go get stuff done. Oh, and I wanted to tell you too, remember how last year that I was gonna keep track of everything? I'm more of a writer-downer because I'm not on my laptop every day. I just don't have time. By the time I'm done traveling and finding out where I'm sleeping and hunkering down, and now I'm on TikTok and stuff, social media takes up a lot of time, and I'm making videos, and now I'm gonna edit this and then upload this for tomorrow. So, you know, a lot of my time, plus I have another job now, and I'm still looking for even another job online. So one of you hired me to help with administrative stuff. It doesn't take up very much time, but if anybody else knows of anything, because that's what I'm good at, is like, you know, computer stuff. I love to organize or figure stuff out. But I bought this at Walmart the other day, and I am writing everything down daily, keeping all my receipts. I have like you know, binder, and I have another folder. And so then, because I have to go back now and figure out for my taxes the rest of it, I kept all my receipts, but now I have to go back and write everything down. So starting off on a better foot this time, because yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. And I'll probably get to sorting when I get to Arizona and I'm more settled. A lot of more things will happen when I'm like more like in a place for a while, when I go see Donna. And I can't wait to see Donna. And I know you can't wait to see Donna. And we'll be eating gummies and making jewelry. So we'll see what kind of jewelry we come up with eating gummies. Okay, you guys, go out and make an adventure. You will never regret it. Step out of your comfort zone, no matter like how far out you get, even if it's just a little. So go make an adventure, no matter how big or how small. You don't have to sell everything and move into a van. I did that, and that's my journey. You have your own journey to do in this life, and please don't let fear stop you. And go call someone you love, and as Joy says, you know, tell them that you love them. And don't you dare, like I said, think about Mount Rushmore. If you have an idea, there can't be anything sillier than that, and he brought it to fruition. So whatever you have in mind is not even like that far out, and just know, if he can do it, you can do it. I know you can. I have faith in you, and I'm rooting for you. So I will see you in the next one.